Hello, everyone, and welcome to once again the kind of video I don't want to make. This seems to be a trend, but I have a feeling the trend is going to be stopping here. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Sorry, I'm still tired from my previous shift. I wasn't planning to make this video for another week or so, but since today's stream was canceled, I figured why not. Actually, let me switch over to this. Hi. Because I can put graphics over here if I can make them really quickly. I'm between shifts at work, so, time is always a factor. Let me just get right into it, like I said I was going to. My frequency for streaming is going to be dropping significantly here at the end of May. Beginning in June, I'm going to be only streaming roughly once a week or so. At least that's the hope. If my earnings in DoorDash are really bad, I may not be able to stream in a week at all. But until the end of May, I'm going to be maintaining what I've been doing, at least as much as possible. Obviously, work can interrupt that, as is evidenced by today. Uh, the main reason I'm doing this is, I'm still have the memory of this winter and how tight things were, and no matter how much I tried to stay ahead of things, it just wasn't happening. It didn't help that I did get sick twice this past winter, and then we had a few days here where the ice and the snow was really preventing safe driving on the roads, and I'm not going to be trying to deliver food when my car will likely be slipping and sliding all over the place. So it's with that in mind that I've decided to just really roll back the streaming. I'm not going to cancel it entirely. I'm still going to be here. It's just going to hopefully be at least once a week, once or twice a week, something to that effect. Once I get rolling with this and I get a real feel of my average earnings, I might be able to I have a goal in mind for how much I want to make in a given week, and as long as I can maintain that, you know, I might be able to increase my streaming again a little bit. I really stepped forward with streaming more a week, but that's just not it's sustainable for right now. I'm making enough to get by, but I really want to start building up that nest egg so that when the winter gets here, I just won't be scrambling like I was this past winter. That's the main reason why I'm doing this. So just to kind of go over everything that's in my brain really quick. It's only going to be. This isn't going to start until June. For the remainder of April and all of May, I will be maintaining the schedule I'm doing more or less. Obviously, unless work interrupts. After I start doing this, I'm only going to be streaming one game at a time. So it's like right now, I'm juggling three. I'm about to finish, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I've been doing a little bit of Stardew. I've been trying to do some Bastion, but it's like I've said several times, I'm beginning to think that game is cursed. Almost every time I've planned to stream it, something's come up, and I've either had to do a shorter stream than I intended to, or I just haven't been able to stream it at all. I've just had to put it off until later on in the week or something. But that's going to change. I'm only going to be doing one game. I fully expect to be done with Zelda before this changeover. Obviously, the curse notwithstanding, I'll be finished with Bastion. I'll probably be through Transistor, so I don't expect to be lingering on these Supergiant games for too long. Even after the transition, I'm kind of still expecting to finish them before the transition, but you know, um, Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. I'm tired, and I still have like, several more hours to do after this break. So I'm trying to think if I've gone over everything. I haven't even talked about like the order of the games I'm gonna be doing yet. So I will be streaming, like I said, one game at a time. The highest priority is going to be finishing up the Supergiant games if I haven't yet. By the end of May, surely I'll be on Pyre. But if not, it'll be Transistor, then Pyre, and then I'll be doing some Stardew Valley. Um, I will be committing to doing the full like 6 year run of Stardew Valley for Yano Farms, but after that, Yano Farms is going to be going on a hiatus. I won't be playing that farm indefinitely. So I will be returning to Stardew, but first, like after I'm done with Yano Farms, after I do the full 6 years, I'm going to be putting Stardew Valley away, and I'm going to be playing Hades and Hades 2. Hey, for both of those games, like I'm primarily, like for this block of time, I'm going to be primarily concerned with getting all of Skelly's presents. Um, and then in Hades 2, of course, there's the Chaos Trials. I'm already over a third of the way there in the original Hades. But, as the heat turns up, like as I do harder and harder runs, I imagine the progress will be a bit slower. And, yeah, and I just keep saying that. But after I'm done with all of that, like with the Chaos Trials, I'm not even expecting to be able to do all of those. They're very bespoke challenges. Some of them are. Like, I doubt I've unlocked the hardest ones, and there's already a couple I know I've tried several times, so I haven't been able to beat them. I wasn't as focused on them at the time, though, so it might be different. Like, if I just knuckle down and dig into it. But, there's that. With Hades 2, there is also still, like, story content yet to be released by Supergiant. So, I think basically what I'm saying is like, I expect to be playing Hades 2 for far longer than Hades in this bracket, in this like chunk of time here. Once I am done with all of that, I will be starting Stardew Valley again. I will be playing the PC version at this point. I'm gonna be starting a new farm on the PC, and hopefully, like some of the weird little issues I've been running into playing on console will no longer be, and it will just not be a problem on the PC. And of course, like I will be revisiting Hades 2 as story content is released for that game until the end of time, I guess. And that's it. That's the whole plan. Some of you may have noticed that there's no mention of Hollow Knight here. That's because I'm canceling my plan to return to Hollow Knight and do the Godseeker challenges. In some respect, they're the same as the as the in game stuff in the Hades games, but I've been away from Hollow Knight long enough that if I was going to return to it now, I would probably just need to do an entirely new playthrough. So for now, Hollow Knight's not in the cards. And basically, as long as this reduced schedule is lasting, once I'm to that point where I'm starting a second farm in Stardew Valley and I'm occasionally revisiting Hades 2, like that's going to be what I'm doing indefinitely. So expect a lot of Stardew in the future. I know what a couple of y'all are going to be really happy about that, even though none of you are going to be happy with the reduced, frequency with which I'm streaming, the reduced amount of content I'll be putting out. I do want to say that, if I do make a lot of money, in a week or two, doing the door dashing, I will allow myself to stream a little more. So there may, fingers crossed, if I'm really ahead of my earnings my earnings goal, I may be able to do like 3 streams a week or something. I'm not promising that. I'm just saying the possibility is there. So, um, sorry if that's hard to follow. I think I will like just try to make some little graphics and put them over here so that you know even if I'm not making that much sense verbally, at least I'll have everything kind of laid out and it'll make more sense. But just to recap, even though I'm doing that, I still want to like try to, you know, make it make sense there at the end. Beginning in June, I'll only be doing roughly one stream a week. Um, I'll only be doing one game at a time. You know, while this is a thing, and it will be a thing for at the rest of this year at the very least, but probably a big chunk of 2026 as well. Possibly even beyond that. Like I need to make the money, and like I said, if I'm making a lot of the money, there's a chance that I'll be able to step it up for like a week or so, and then go back to the once maybe twice thing. As far as the game order, it's going to be the Supergiant stuff, then Stardew Valley, going to be finishing up Yano Farm. Then after that, I'm going to be doing the end game challenges of Hades and Hades 2. And then after that, it'll be a new farm on the PC in Stardew Valley with occasional returns to Hades 2 to play additional story content as it's released. I've looked at estimates online. Like, people have been like trying to speculate when Hades 2 will be done. And most of the people who have played through the early access of Hades 1 seem to not expect Hades 2 to be done until like early 2026 at the earliest. So, the Stardew Valley plus Hades 2 thing, maybe lasting a while. We'll see. At the very least, after Hades 2 is done, and I'm not returning to it anymore, there's just going to be Stardew. So, yay that, I guess. It is, of course, entirely possible that, after an extended period of time, I'll be itching to play something else. So there might be some multiplayer things kind of mixed in as well. I do want to go ahead and say that, like, everything I'm planning to stream is still going to be in the morning. But if I end up doing some evening streams, like if I'm, off for a few nights and I've made some money door dashing or just getting a lot of hours at work, I might do an extra stream at night. And I'm not going to do any of this at night. Like, it's just going to be, I don't know, maybe I'll revisit Rocket League or, give Stormgate another try. Because it's like that game's had a couple of big updates and it's looking a lot better. There's always Gwent again. I haven't played Gwent in I don't know how long, but that's in the off chance I do stream in the evening. But for the most part, it's just going to be the games I've laid out here. And yeah, my pizza's almost done. I don't want to deafen y'all with the alarm, so that's it. Until next time. Bye-bye.